Down sanding this thing, making sure to really scuff it up. Go over the whole area with thick paint and just try my best to create. I decided to carefully cut off her feet to make sure that these two pieces are gonna fit together nicely and try to clean all of that up. And then I'm just gonna slap the bow right on top of her head. I've had a change of heart. I decided to go with brown. The main reason, in fact, almost identical version of the color but decided that that was gonna be too busy and too stupid. Finally, we can paint in the face. I'm going in with her face is mostly gonna stay the same. It's just different colors. So all that's left to do is I personally love this makeover like a lot. The foam is super smooth, so the paint has not bonded to it very well. So now I'm sanding him so that after a quick layer of that, I decided to bring choosing orange until I realized how ugly originally I wasn't going to do blue because it's kind of close, different from each other, but I decided it's less of a problem. I did paint his belly a lighter blue color and the spines. Those are actually nostrils. His eyes are finally, he's looking a little bit better. They're different colors, different shapes, but I still want them to have the same. He is. I mean, he is a lot better. Here we go again. I need to take that hat off and ditch the apron as well. Really tall. So now back to that arm situation. I'm gonna reattach kind of. Now that those are dry, that looks okay. Now I'm just gonna glue those down real quick. And I do definitely have to fix up all of the rough areas. And finally, and now it's time to put a dress on this chicken. Sorry, duck. Pretty good. The top of her head looks a little bit in the flowers as well, so they don't look too blobby. Finally, painting those eyes in and get on. Then I'm using some white pearlescent paint. I also outlined her baby bonnet and paint. Final touch, some little highlights in her eyes. And here she is under her butt. That's because she couldn't stand on her own before, ready for this wedding, so she can be some type of bridezilla if she wants to be. Proudest accomplishment of my life. Of this video, because they look nice also. Yeah, sorry about that. Oh man. Foam to build him some brand new. I'm gonna glue these on and rubber band them down to hold them while the glue dries. Slick paint. Anyway, I'm spreading a ton of that paint over him because thanks to my be a little bit lighter. Oh, his back paint. I really don't use black paint much at all except for eyes. I have to build up a million layers for his undershirt and his tiny little feet. I feel like his feet never did. It's okay, it's okay. Theoretically, I'm going light blue with his little bow tie. Actually, it's a big bow tie. Gotta love those eyebrows. And here he is. This is probably my of this episode just because I love the original so much. So seeing them, when I see it by itself though, I am really happy with how those muscles. Doesn't look that tough when you squish him though.
Here is update number 1 on my homemade carved squishy that we're making out of, there we go. The right can be used for scraps and for the different repairs we're going to do. There are a bunch of hairs sticking. I'm going to patch that hole with some of the foam from the other.
It's going to be to sand it because the surface is very smooth. Now I'm going to use that as decor on my teapot. So I go right on the front of the teapot and securing it to dry. There we go. Now I'm going to fill in that little gap. Finally, I've gotten rid of that lumpy chunkiness and I'm painting this finished white and put together. Here's the before and after. I don't think that it's so much better than before. It's just quite different style. Each one needs sanding. trim. So I'm using my puppy paint, close up and rips and cover that weird rough patch.
Oh, hi.
These are 2 mini poop squishies that I'm gonna be using. I'm gonna rip both the cell phone strap and the ball chain out of these, and quick repairs just to get them in shape. Use a reasonably small amount of glue. Do not drench it in glue because it will take forever, about 30 minutes to an hour. Then, once the glue is dry, very gently remove the rubber band. I'm gonna start her off with a white base coat since we have that dark blue paint that I want to go over. Now she's ready to decorate. So I am doing a dessert with these foxes. I was so obsessed with these when I opened them. Speaking of feet, that doesn't really look like the bottom of a fox foot, but it's better. Green eyes to emphasize that strawberry theme. I decided to make a gradient in the eyes to really make them interesting and like give them a nice pop. I did end up giving her eyelids because her eyes wide open, psycho expression. I added some nice red of strawberry freckles. I'm adding some white something underneath that dollop of whatever, and I'm adding the feet as well. I added some strawberry sauce to it. So I've built up a nice cream color here, and now I'm adding some caramel color. I did keep his eyes in full open shape.
He's a wide-eyed baby.
More detail. Okay. One that kind of bothers me is just how dark of a brown I used for his eyes, but I wanted it to match the chocolate sauce. I stuck with only 1 foot for the chocolate dipping, and I thought it would look cuter for him to have one. And I added a simple little caramel drizzle to his whipped cream thing. He is finished. Really freaking cute together. I didn't try too hard to make their designs similar because they're already the exact same shape. So I just went wild with the paint job.
Inspired by Maria Elizabeth, the dye paint from one of Maria B's. I think it helped that I never used the proper product. This took a week. I'm blue and white is the color. And my user. I will tag Maria in the caption. Maria, no idea how you keep motivated. I wanted to throw it in. OFC, I would mess up. And G and delighted. I rated 8/10. I love how it feels.
Add the tea in there, fill it up. I'm gonna go for the same feel, so a different color because, you know, I don't want them to be like exactly the same. Give this little guy his own identical rim around the top of the cup to match with the teapot. It has a lot more detail now and looks a lot more interesting and unique, so that
et les gens dans les opas, les gilets, on voit je les dans les opas, les opas, mon dédo les dents, les dents, 5, 6, 7, 8.